Many of us youth advocates, that's not the first COP, and we don't really see the progress. It's like really disappointing space to have to believe in the truth of climate action, and just like one disappointment, one climate disaster after another. So how do you manage to keep the passion, how to keep the fighting spirit for such a long time, for decades in this space?
Well, I would answer it, first, it's a great question, and I would answer it in two ways. Number one, others have said this, but I will say it in my own voice. The antidote to climate despair is climate action. If you keep active, if you keep your eyes on the prize, if you keep focused on your goal, and you take action, that gives you energy back, or at least that's my experience. Secondly, it's important to realize that throughout the history of humanity, there have been other morally based causes that have brought advocates into contact with the vulnerability to despair. But they kept going, whether it was the Anti-Apartheid movement in South Africa, the civil rights movement in my country, women's suffrage, abolition much longer ago, or more recently the gay and lesbian liberation movement. In all of those movements and others, there were times when the advocates felt vulnerable to discouragement and despair, but they kept going. And even when things seemed bleak, they didn't give up hope, and they won. So be of good cheer. Keep going. Don't let despair come into your heart. We don't have time for despair. We've got work to do. So keep going.